Leeds was on to Selhurst Park in the Coca-Cola Cup replay against Crystal Palace.
Coleman ducked in underneath that one. It could be problems here, and in the end it's hooked away by Shaw. Well, there was some really clumsy defending there by Crystal Palace. Ablett playing it to Ebrel, and now for Mark Ward, driving it long towards right out. Well, Watson's right in there, and again a swift intervention by Richard Shaw, which put Watson off. And Palace so close to conceding a goal here. In the end, it was Shaw that got it off the line from Mark Ward's effort. Cotty's forward. Takes it down well. Might get a shot in here. Does so. Excellent save by Martin. And a warning for Palace. They must give Cotty no room whatsoever. Everton now beginning to come a little more into this game, but it's Palace on the attack now with David White bringing Southgate into it. A super goal! Gareth Southgate. Well, he scored in the first game, and he's hit a very deceptive drive there to beat Southall. Just when it looked as though Everton were beginning to put a few things together. White just knocks it back there very delicately. Southgate's shot bouncing beyond Neville Southall, and Palace go into the lead. Young, it came off the top of his head. Cotty is in there. No penalty given. Everton are furious about that. Mark Ward is right in front of the referee remonstrating. Cotty, who was brought down, felt surely that Everton should have had a penalty. I must say, it looked, from this angle, it looked very much as though it did. Let's see what it looks like here. Well, Cotty will feel very aggrieved indeed, and I think he's right to feel aggrieved. Everton, I think, might well have had a penalty there. Towards Big Dave Watson. Came off Southgate behind for the corner. Twice there have been minor misjudgments at the centre of the defence for Crystal Palace. So far they've got away with it. But there's another one that's gone in, and it's Dave Watson. Has made it 1-1. Well, he pulled Everton out of trouble in the last minute at Goodison Park. And he's got in with that header there to make it 1-1. Corner curling in. And there's Watson stooping in with a header. And Everton are level. It's only his second goal of the season, both of them against Crystal Palace. And still, Palace can't get out of their own half. Driven in again, right across the face of this goal, and yet another corner. Although Palace are saying with some vehemence that that ball came off an Everton player. And they are quite convinced it has. And maybe the arguments have been just a little too fierce, the referee having a word there with one or two little touch of players at the near post, and seems quite happy with his decision. So here we go again. This time it's Mark Ward on that side with the corner again for Everton. Watson poised again. Up gets Coleman. Knocked in again. And Watson's there. And has scored again. What an amazing match for Dave Watson. What an amazing tie for him. Saved it at Goodison. And now has scored twice here at Selhurst Park. The second goal, though, coming from a corner that Crystal Palace hotly disputed. Knocked in again, and suddenly there's Watson all on his own. Martin comes flying out. Humphrey can only help it into the net, and Everton are in the lead. Roger. Shaw onto the right foot, curling it in. Oh my goodness! Knocked in and over! What an incredible sequence. It was Southgate who came right in on the end there. And a terrific piece of goalkeeping by Neville Southall, keeping that long, long dipping cross from Richard Shaw in. In it came, and Southall just got to it. Williams knocked it in there, and Southgate knocked it over the top. And Howard Kendall knows, not by any means is it over yet. Wants a switch to be made. Looking at Cotty, looking at Barlow. That's exactly what's happening. Cotty and Barlow making that little switch. And it might come in for Cotty. I think he's given a penalty. He's given a penalty for the foul on Cotty. Ward, whose responsibility it is to take the penalty now. It's 3-1 Everton. No mistake about that. The blasting school of penalty takers, giving Nigel Martin no chance. Ward. Brecky get on the end of this one. Oh, has to be an own goal of Young. From Pecky's cross. He can smile, it's 4-1. Certainly driven in there. A long cross by Mark Ward. Here's Brecky. And an own goal by Eric Young. And it's now completely out of Palace's hands.